And welcome back to the Morning Swim Show. Dan Albano's watched some of America's best swimmers ascend to stardom while covering the sport for the past 15 years at the Orange County Register. Amanda Beard, Aaron Pearsall, Jason Lezak, Jessica Hardy, they all grew up or currently train in that area. Dan joins us right now via Skype from his office in Santa Ana, California. Dan, welcome to the Morning Swim Show. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks for having me.
Hey, let's start off with the conversation you had with Jason Lezak over the meet last weekend. He definitely had some choice words for the way swimsuit technology has helped set some of these world records.
Yeah, he was not too pleased with. I don't think he's very happy with the direction that he sees the sport going right now, and namely the high-tech swimsuits. You know, the way Jason talked about it, it was like. Maybe the cat's been let out of the bag, run around the living room and broke some priceless lamps. I mean, the way the 50-meter freestyle record, world record went down, he just thinks those suits are just too fast, and I don't think he likes the focus right now. So much focus that continues to be on the high-tech swimsuits is pretty interesting. I think pretty telling after his competition on Sunday, which he did very well, and he didn't want to tell me what suit he was wearing. And I kind of pressed him a little bit on it, and he wouldn't tell me because I don't think he wants the focus to be on the suits right now. He's not sponsored by a suit apparel company, but yeah, Jason is concerned. He was really strong and adamant that he thinks the sport is really taking a turn for the worse.
A couple points there. First of all, I think he's absolutely right that the focus shouldn't just be on those suits, because I think what gets lost in that is how great these swimmers are and what they're doing. So I want to give him credit on that. But I've had conversations with Jason Lezak in which he has acknowledged that he, even more so than some swimmers, probably can take advantage of these suits, because he said, you know, he used to not be able to finish the 100 meters quite as well. At 90 meters, his legs would be dead, but now they're riding so high in the water that he feels like it gives him even more of an advantage than some other swimmers. So does he at least acknowledge that, you know, he's getting that boost as well to you?
You know, that didn't come up over the weekend, but I know from covering the trials last summer in Omaha, he did acknowledge to the media that this was maybe part of the helping him extend his career. But Jason's got so many other things going for him. I mean, he's just in incredible shape post Beijing Olympics. Tireless worker. He trains himself. Very much student of his craft in the sprinting. But I think one of the things Jason talked about too, about the body positioning, where you can see it's unfair advantage. Some guys and gals are very good at body positioning in the water, but some of these high-tech suits that bring swimmers higher in the water, if they use these high-tech suits, it could help them perhaps in a deficiency, and then that's where Jason doesn't see it. That's an example of where he doesn't see it's a fair playing ground.
I see. So you may not even have to work as hard on your technique because the suits will do the work for you.
Right.
You cover a lot of high school swimming in Southern California. What have you seen so far in this season, which is going on right now? Give me a couple names that might do some serious damage and make national headlines in May when they all have their state championships.
Well, I think Southern California and really Orange County has got some very good candidates to make some headline news and really get some times out there nationally. We do one of the things we do on our high school website, ocvarsity.com, is I do these stroke for stroke rankings, which is kind of my take, a la the pound for pound rankings in boxing. So it's a fun thing that we do. And our number one guy is Charlie Rimkus. He's out of the Mission Viejo Nadadores Club, and Coach Bill Rose. He swims for Beckman High School in Orange County, and it's a relatively new high school. But I think Charlie is going to be a sub-150 guy in the 200-yard individual medley, and I think he's got a real good chance to probably break 420 in the 500-yard freestyle. Charlie is going to Northwestern, and he's a real good distance guy. He's very versatile. That's why he's number one right now. Our number two guy also is from the Nadadores Club. Hasn't been there too long. Recently switched over, probably last summer. His name is Tom Shields. He swims at Edison High School, one of the better known high schools in Orange County out of Huntington Beach. Tom is going to Cal, and I think he's got a chance to really be exciting this year in May at the Division I championships out here in the southern section. Tom is probably going to be looking to try to break the national record in the 200-yard freestyle. He's already been 135 low. He's been under the existing national public school record, which is by Eric Deal, 1991, out of Mission Viejo. So Tom's been under that in the Oklahoma meet, which was in December, which is a non-high school event. So he's one to watch. And he's also going to go after Jimmy Fegan's record. That's the Texas swimmer, of course, University of Texas. He's going to go after his record in the 100 freestyle. Tom, interestingly, has got a great split this year in the 100 freestyle as an anchor on the 400 relay. He's been 42.80, and Jimmy Fegan's record, I believe, is 43.05. So I think Tom is going to be all over that record and try to do it. That's a very difficult record, though. And on the ladies' side, the best high school age girl we have out here is, of course, Chloe Sutton with the Natadors, the Olympian open water swimmer. But she doesn't swim high school. She's an independent study, training her tail off with the Natadors. But we have an intriguing backstroker, is Cindy Tran. She also goes to Edison, same high school as Tom Shields. And Cindy Tran broke the national age group record, 15-16-year-old, for the new bride, Natalie Coughlin. She broke Natalie Coughlin's record, and this was at the Long Beach Grand Prix in January. So I think, and that NAG record is under the existing high school record. So I think Cindy's got a chance to break the national high school record in the backstroke. She's a good flyer. She swims interesting for Bob Gillett out of the Golden West Swim Club, and of course Bob knows a thing or two about the butterfly, of course, with Misty Hyman. So that could be interesting with Cindy Tran, who's also a very good 100 freestyler.
Hey, Dan, you cover a lot of water polo there, too. Give people around the country and around the world an idea of just how popular water polo is in Southern California.
It's extremely popular. I can confidently say that Orange County is the #1 hotbed of water polo in the country, and I don't think the second place is close. Maybe the NorCal folks will give me a little grief over that, but it's Southern California is the hotbed. On our high school website, it's the boys water polo is extremely popular. We post a lot of blogs on our website on high school water polo, and it really does well, and those players are very well followed. And it really challenges, swimming. There's just probably sometimes not enough aquatic guys and girls to go around for all these sports, but girls water polo is just taken off. We're just loaded with tons of girls water polo players that are outstanding in the national system and have been on Olympic teams, and same with the men's water polo, and great coaching and great history out of Orange County. And
Dan, finally, because you're in Southern California and you're in tune with what's going on with Jessica Hardy, what's the latest with her situation? I talked to Dave Salo, the Trojan USC-based coach of the USC Trojans, of course, and Trojan Swim Club. I talked to Dave at the Speedo Grand Challenge over the weekend in Irvine, and he said Jessica is training 3 times a week and looking good. She is appealing her situation with her suspension and in that situation, and I think they're hopeful that she'll be vindicated. And and that news should be coming out. I think he gave it about a 30 days window, so that could be something in May to watch for. And I think if things go well, which they are hopeful they do, they hope she could be at the World Championship trials competing. And they'd like to now, as far as progressing from there, I think they just want to go to that one meet. She has been through a lot, as everyone can imagine, but I think they just like to maybe go race at the World Championship trials, and then Coach Salo said she would decline most likely a bid onward. So, but that was tentative talking from Coach Salo. I think they have a lot of things to think about right now. Dan, thanks very much. You're welcome. Enjoyed it. I appreciate it. That's Dan Albano from the Orange County Register joining us on the show. And that is our show for today. Tomorrow we're going to bring you interviews with 2 great swimmers, American and NCAA record holder Julia Schmidt and German open water champion Britta Kamrau. Be sure to join us tomorrow for that and have your questions ready for these 2